Good morning, everyone. Well, today I'm going to make a couple of base pages using a lady's diary from Graphic 45, and I have these like odd cuts and stuff like here, so it's like I didn't have any. I think I have one full sheet, but I have like this here and this one here that I've cut stuff out of here, these ladies, and then this one here. I must have bought probably an extra one or two of these. I'm not sure. So this is the only full sheet I have left, and so I'm not cutting that yet. It was like I was having a real hard time trying to do something with it. But anyhow, what I made with it was this little, I actually made 3 of these, one for each of my oldest granddaughters. They were wearing these dance costumes that I got at a garage sale. Actually, it was a garage sale at our church. And so I made this little book, and I have this, I showed it, but I'm going to just kind of give a quick peek at it. Throughout it, I made like these little things where they could journal, and so that's where the ladies are being used, and then they tuck them in. I tuck them in, and like there's one over here. I think I might have like a little tuck-in piece everywhere, and so I think each girl has almost the same one. I think. Okay, this one doesn't look like I have any tuck pieces. This one I do. I have a little postage stamp, but they all have like these little cards and like some little scrap pieces on there. And then I put like little silk flowers on here and metal keys and buttons and charms, and here's like a little keyhole, and here's, oh, they did this, my husband used to own an old time photos booth, and they did what they call a hat shop, where they actually had clothes on underneath, but they'd put the hat in front of them so it looked like they didn't have any clothes on. And they loved doing that, and they loved looking like they were surprised. It was so funny. And then I have this one. I didn't know she was hiding behind the door when she was doing the picture. It was so funny. So actually on mine I called it no peeking. And so let's see. And like this one here, she's back there, she's looking surprised. It's so funny. It's been a long time since I looked at it. It's just funny looking at it. Okay, I bet you this goes back here. And like here it's got a button, but I put a flower over it. That's fun to do. Oh, maybe it doesn't go in there because it's not fitting. It goes somewhere. And here's another, this is where I had like one of those old-fashioned cotton things that look like slips or whatever. And these were actually taken another day because here she got her hair cut. And here's another one with a little button. I love the little button with the flowers on it. I need to do that again. It was just adorable. And so this must go over here because I kind of made them so that they all had kind of the same kind of embellishments. And here she's got on that lace hat that my mom found at a garage sale. And then the two of them back here with like the car and everything. So that's what I had used the thing for, so this collection for. And I must have bought a couple extra of those one sheets. But, I mean, I don't have too much of it left, but what I did was I took one of these pages and I had cut everything out of it. So this is how it looked. So what I've decided to do was tape this down. I trimmed down a piece of white paper just a smidgen smaller than the 12 by 12. And then I've taken a white or an ivory piece of paper, and I'm gonna put that right here. And I think I cut it maybe close to an 11. Yeah, it's like 11 and a 16th. And so that's what I have, because I needed to cover, well, I wanted to cover up this, so I think I do, and cover up this little snippet here and here. So I'm gonna stick that on there. Because I love this collection. It was so fun to play with. And I think I might have done one layout with it. I'm not sure. Oops, I'm trying to get this centered, which is a little difficult. I think it is now. And what did I do with that ruler? I just want to make sure it's straight before I press it down.
What's the exact measurement?
You scared me.
Ow, don't hit me.
I'm about ready to hit him. What's the exact measurement?
What's the exact measurement of a smidgen?
A smidgen. I think it's a 1/16 of an inch or less. Okay, so this is another piece. I just got to show you where I cut things. So like I cut a bunch of these out, I imagine, and so anyhow, this is a piece of that where I have this little corner, and then down the side, and maybe I already used this bottom piece, you know. And so I'm actually going to take a piece of this and tape it up in here, or glue it up in here. But I haven't figured out. I think maybe I'm going to stop it here. But, so I've got these that look like, you know, pattern. They remind me of like the cover of a pattern. So I'm going to use this probably about right there. So I think I'll cut this here where I've cut something out of it there, and then maybe cut it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'm just gonna cut it at an angle, and then I'll save this and use this someplace else. I mean, it's like, okay, I'll take the crown for the scrap queen. That's what I feel like sometimes. It's like, I hate to throw away like some of the really nice scraps until I've punched butterflies out of the pretty stuff. So I've got tons of scraps. Okay, and I think I'm gonna cut this about here, let's say. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. And I'm gonna have to glue it. Even though, you know, I feel like that's a lot of a commitment when you glue it, because it's like no turning back once you've glued it. Okay, now this has been sitting over on my desk, so I don't even know how good the glue is, if it's gonna come out. Oh yes, there it goes. I thought it might not even come out. I started to fill the other one, but I didn't have much glue out here, so I thought I'll just grab this one because it felt fuller. Okay, and I'm gonna bring it around here. Now this collection, I'm thinking it's hard to make a base page when I have no idea what I'm gonna scrapbook with it. But I thought I'm just gonna do it because I mean it is really scrappy, except for that one piece of paper which I'm saving. I'm just gonna do 2 pages and a card today. Okay, so I'm gonna put that, I would say about like that, where it's just overlapping. And so I guess I can, I'm gonna put this one down first. And I'm just gonna kind of line it up with that little angle I put on there. Okay, and I'm gonna have this here, but But I've got this lady here that's got her foot cut off. So I want her right here. And so I want to cover up her foot. But like have her elbow hanging over this other card. So I'm trying to decide what I want to cut, glue down first. Maybe this. Now, as I was doing this, you know, it's like I'm thinking, well, I don't really have much going on this. Well, I'm going to put some border strips down. But I thought it will pretty much be, I won't have to do much embellishing really with it. I'm going to bring her over here just maybe a little bit more. I think right there. I love these ladies' outfits. They're so fun. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. And hopefully I have room for my one other piece I planned on using. Okay, I'm just gonna bring it to where it's just covering up her foot. And let's see, I want her almost even. Yeah, so I think about there. Okay, let's see if I can get, I have this piece of clock, and you can see I'm really using the scraps here. I love the clocks. So I'm gonna tuck that in there, I think. I was thinking of using this here, standard fashion. But I think, what do I like the best? Oh, I don't know. Let me think about it. Okay, so while I'm thinking about that, I'm gonna take this here where it says standard fashion and fashions and put that down. And I'm using it the length that it is, so it will go all the way across 12 inches. I was thinking today about when I first started scrapbooking, how hard it was to fill an 11.5-inch piece of paper. And I remember one time I did 2 layouts on one page because I thought I just don't have enough stuff to fill it, which is so funny to me now. Tell me if you've been scrapbooking so long that maybe you did that in your life. Because now it's like I just think, oh, I should tear out that page and put in 2 regular ones. Okay, so I've got those there. And let's see, I've got 2 postage stamps. And there's a little too much green on here, so I'm going to cut that off. I think that should be good. Actually, I think I might cut them in half too. Okay, I'm wondering, do I want to do the... Is that too much? Okay, I'm going to look at that for a few minutes. Okay, and then I have this, it looks like a ticket. It says fashion plate, 1912 fashion plate. It's got the pretty little flowers on here, and I'm gonna put this right underneath her foot, and then I'm gonna tuck these, whoops, I'm gonna tuck these flying stamps here. Let's see how I want them. Or like this lady, love her hat. So maybe like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I'm gonna do most of the glue on this one side. Well, I'm gonna probably glue it to here, and that way I still got room to tuck. Now, to me, this stuff is so pretty. It hardly needs a photo, but you know, I'm into doing photos, so eventually I will get photos on here. I know I have some pictures of my grandmothers. Okay, so I want to do that. Okay, I think that's good. And now where do I want this? Do I want to do this and this? I guess I could put that over there. I mean, it's just a scrap. I don't care if it's not a whole clock. So who cares what time it is? Okay, I'm going to put that there. I might end up putting a little flower or something here later. I know I had one here earlier, but now I've tucked it back in. I might just leave that kind of stick out because I could definitely stick something there, or maybe the photo would end up there. I could stick a little flower there or something. So I'm going to leave that so I got more of the clock. But you know what? That's popping up now, so I'm going to have to stick a little glue underneath there. It's funny how it's popping up. I don't even know if any glue went underneath there, but I guess I'll find out if it stays glued or not. Okay, so I'm going to put the tab over here. So I'll be able to put a picture here. I mean, I don't have anything here for a picture, but I'm just trying to grab something. But I'll just grab this. Like, okay, I don't know what size this is, but let's see. This is a 3.5 by 4.5. So I mean, if I put a picture here, there's plenty of room for a 4 by 6, I imagine. So that will be good. So I love how that turned out. It was so fun doing it, even though it took me a long time to even commit to actually doing something with it, because I thought, do I want to do anything with it when I don't know what I'm putting on there? But I love it. So there's one. Okay. And then this one here, I'm gonna use it's like a tan, or a little more brown, I guess, than tan. And I'm gonna use a black, and I'm gonna have these two overlap. And I cut it 3/8 of an inch, because when I laid it on here and kind of measure, you know, when I just kind of laid the black on it, that's what I like the looks of. And I know that Janet, that was like her go-to. If she's gonna cut a mat, she would, or like a frame around it, she would cut the interior one about 3/8. So that's what I ended up with today. Now, depending on how much of that I want to see. Okay, and it looks like it's straight. And it felt like it stuck, so I hope it's straight. Okay. Okay, so I have that there. And this piece here is, it's like I had these two, I have two of these left, because I probably thought, oh, I just can't cut that up. But I'm gonna use this part. So sometimes I just go against what I think I'm gonna do and use the other side. I mean, I just think these are so pretty, but I'm gonna tape right over those ladies. Okay. And I'm gonna shoot kind of for the middle. center up and down and the middle. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, it's a little hard to look at on black, I would say. Okay, so I need to be in 1.5 inches on each side. And I would say that looks good there. Okay. Okay, then I have this piece that, you know, I cut those border strips. So I've got that. So I've got that on both of them. Because you got to use what you have. And I try to use them the size that they are. Because I think it's a fun goal. That way you're using as much of it as you can. Now, these strips were not cut before though. They were still on a sheet together. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm straight or not. Let's try going over top of it. Felt like it just kind of laid there. You know what? It's just kind of hanging off the edge. I think that's my issue with it. I think it looks pretty good. Have to do this. It is a little lower here. I don't know if I can pull it up a little bit or not. Okay, let me see. I should get a measurement. I can actually. I'm looking at the small numbers and it's like that's not really helping me. Okay, I think there. Excuse me, my throat went dry. Okay, and so I'm going to be using this and this and this, and this little rose, and this strip here, and I'm actually going to put glue on here, or maybe I want it here, because I'm going to run this top and bottom, because there's just that little band there, and I thought, oh, this kind of looks like an egg and dart pattern like they would have on woodwork. So I'm going to put that right there. And I didn't have too much glue there, but hopefully it's enough to hold it. I don't know if I can cut out like that. I think I need to see this. Okay. And this should be enough to do the top. Let's see. Because I think it was just under 6 inches. Yep. Okay. And this one's wider. The other part was ripped, so I can do this now. Okay. Okay, so I've got that done. And it just has that little bit of pattern. I figured everything else had that little bit of green everywhere. So I thought I should put it up here also. So I've just got that little bit of edge. You see, I'm just using like every scrap. Okay. And so I'm just gonna put this up here in the corner. And that looks like it's straight, so let's see if it is. Okay. And I was gonna say I'm missing one of my pieces. Okay, I got this and this. Okay, this here, I'm just gonna have this layered here and this layered here. So I'm actually gonna cut off this here because you know I would use that. So I'm gonna cut it just at an angle here. I'd say that's good right there. And this is just going to overlap it. I just like that extra little detail. And at first I didn't plan on cutting it off, and I thought, you know what, I used that little corner before, I might do it again. Okay, and then this one I want pretty straight. See, I can kind of figure out where it was since I actually had it marked for to cut it. Okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna check and see if that's straight. Huh. Straight is not in my vocabulary today. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and then I have, these are little chipboard pieces that I bought to go with the collection. And again, it's like, I'm thinking, I won't have to do much embellishing when I do find pictures to go with this. You know, a chipboard's kind of hard to get to stick down, and it does want, it's, you know, it's pretty, these are like, this was like one of the first, well, no, it's not, because we used to have scrapbook stores, but it's one I bought quite early. Okay, I know I have a piece of green ribbon. What did I do with it? Oh, never mind, right in front of my nose. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. And I probably won't be able to do it. I was going to put this in here. Oh, maybe I could get it in here. I don't know. I did tape instead of glue, but maybe I could just put it here. I kind of like this extra little black. So I'm going to put that there, and then I will just put it over here. So, you know, sometimes you have a plan and you just forget what you're doing. I kind of decided at the last minute because I thought I still got that little piece. I can just put that in there. Okay. Let's see if I can cut that off. I wish I had a whole bunch of historical pictures to do, but just because I love vintage. But you know, I do have a bunch of grandkids to scrapbook, so I don't know how much time I would have for that, but it would be fun. Okay. I just thought that little extra piece of black, even though it goes actually across, you know, the black that I already have there. I just kind of liked how it looked there. Okay, now for my ribbon. And now I pulled this out in the art room, so I'm not even sure it looks the right color, but I think it does. The lighting, these lights that I used for filming look different than the lights like in the bedroom, and well, just the basic lights. Okay, so I had used a piece of this where I cut it in half for, was it on a card, or I'm not even sure what it was, what I used it on. But I went to find a piece of ribbon to put on this, and I thought, oh, I got that piece. So I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. And I just happen to have my fabric scissors here, which is surprising. So I am just gonna put that. It's like a couple on a car, and it's a really cute little tag. Another one of the chipboard pieces. So I am gonna glue it. And I know I'm going kind of long, but you know what? I have a card and I'm going to finish that too. So if you don't have time to watch it all at once, you can come back later if you want and watch the card. Because I decided I was going to, because I'm not going to do another layout now, but because I thought just in case I do want to, you know, have a specific picture that I want to use with the rest of it. But I love these. Okay, so now I have my little card pieces and and little scraps everywhere. Okay, so I buy these, I think they're called invitation envelopes. So they're, when you cut a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in half this way, then you just fold it and you have a, what, 5.5, 4.25 by 5.5. So it's just a nice way that now you can make 2 cards out of that piece of paper. So that's usually what I do. Okay, so I've got this scrap, and you can see it's a scrap. I cut something out, and I have this scrap. It's actually what it was on the border strip page, border strips. And then I have another one of these where they look like, you know, pattern people on patterns. I have another piece of a clock and then a little scrap of flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna put it right up here, and and my paper is ivory too. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up here. I'm not gonna worry about the scrappy cutting because you won't see that by the time I'm done. And I'm leaving like a, probably 1/8 of an inch around it. Okay, and then I've got this piece of clock, so I'm gonna put that in there. Just kind of tuck it in here. Okay, and then I have this piece here that, I actually want it tucked underneath here. It's a good thing I taped and didn't glue, which even that's pretty sticky. Okay, I guess I can cut it if I have to. Okay, I'm gonna cut off a little piece of it here because now it's in my way. Okay, yep, that'll work. So again, I'm just like leaving that 1/8 of an inch around there, maybe. Okay, there. Okay, now that's stuck back down again. Okay, and then I have the little pattern ladies, that's what I'm gonna call them. Okay, and I'm just gonna put them on here sideways so they're covering up that little piece that's torn. Okay, and then I have this little piece that I had cut out because it's like I tried to cut out every little scrap I could to use when I was making the little purse books. Oh, and down below, like when I pretty much first started doing videos, I do show that book really good. You know, I kind of skimmed over it pretty quick today, but if you want to see it all. Okay, I think I'm gonna glue these. And I'm just gonna take one of the ladies and kind of glue it down here. And then glue the other one down here. So you can't tell that I use like little tiny scraps. And that's all there is. I mean, I could put a little something more there. I thought about putting some lace, but let's see, where did I do with that? Because I had this little piece of lace in the, oh, maybe I'll go ahead and put that there. It actually was in the set because I had used it for something else. Let's see if I can put that in there. Probably have to use this to get in there. Let's try that. Just a little bit. Moved it a little bit, pull it back. You know, since it was there, I don't know if I got enough glue there, but we'll see. Oh, and you could pull up a corner, make it look a little more aged. Maybe on that corner, and this one. This is already wanting to curl up a little bit, so I think just because I don't have quite enough glue there, and I do want more glue there. Okay. But I like a little bit of that rolled up to look like it's from another time period. So that's it for today. Let me move that over. So I have 2 base pages, and I didn't know if I was going to do any from it because I really had a hard time committing to doing something with it when I didn't know what the pictures are going to be, but they were super fun. I love them. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Tell me if you've ever played with this collection because I just love it. I think it was one of the funnest collections. Well, I love playing with all of them, and I'm always really happy with, you know, the collections that we find nowadays are just gorgeous. But this was a fun one. Oh, so tell me if you've done this collection and if you actually had like ancestors on it. So have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.